In July of 2010, my oldest child, my daughter, got married, and Jason came up for the wedding up here to Schofield, and it was a beautiful wedding. Jason actually videotaped the whole wedding, and we very appreciative of Jason doing that for us and for Megan and Jeff. But we then went to the reception, and of course, very traditionally. The garter belt was to be thrown, and all the single men lined up. And of course, Jason was single at the time. This video, as we record this video, it's a couple days after Jason's wedding that he just got married. But at the time, he was single, and of course, it's always the person who catches that garter belt is the one that is the next to get married. And apparently, Jason wanted to get married, and he now has fulfilled that. But at the time, and now if you happen to have watched my big reveal, both parts, you'll know that Jason suffering just a little bit brings me great joy, and it really does bring me great joy. But on this particular evening in July of 2010, we were celebrating my daughter's wedding, and Jason was there to catch in line to catch the garter belt. And I directed my son, who was also single, and he really wasn't interested. He was quite young at the time. I think he was only 19, not even 19. He was 18, almost 19. And I directed him to make sure that whatever he did, Jason get that garter belt, because I thought that would be amusing. Well, I happened to video record that whole event. Now, admittedly, it was dark, and I think I had a flip phone at the time, and so the video quality is not the best, but it can be determined without a shadow of a doubt that Jason dove onto the floor, and he was the person who ultimately retrieved the garter belt. And it amused me greatly. And in the video, some of the things that were funny about that is the DJ was playing Mission Impossible, which we now know is not impossible because Jason has gotten married. But at the time, it was kind of amusing. But the bigger thing is that Jason was kind of diving on the floor for it, and he ultimately did get it. Now, if you watch the video, and the video is up on the channel here, it's called The Eagle Has Landed Part 2. That is exclusively the video of that. What is not recorded, I stopped recording. I laughed incessantly for a good 10 minutes after that video, to the point I was losing my breath. It was so funny to me to have Jason, as I like to say, wallowing on the floor after that garter belt. It tickled my funny bone to no end, and it was, in a certain sense, it was Jason just being himself, and there's nothing wrong with that, Jason. I'm still proud to call you my brother, but it was very, very amusing to me. And so now that you had a little bit of the background on this video, will be called The Eagle Has Landed Part 1. Now The Eagle Has Landed Part 2 will make a lot more sense. Now, Jason also denies that that's him. He tries to claim that the video evidence is too dark, that you really can't tell who it is. But there is sufficient evidence to tell that it is, in fact, Jason wallowing on the floor after a garter belt. And Jason also took that garter belt, and it was hanging in his car for several years after that event. So, Jason, I just have to say, yee, yee, yee. Now the whole world knows the story of The Eagle Has Landed.